I'm Sharon Buck, and I'm welcome to another Facebook Live where I discuss the topics I hope are of interest to you related to sound healing. Today, I will be talking about clearing the clutter and getting into flow. December is often a time to take stock and a time to clear. Winter is typically a quiet time. The birds that stay around are more silent, and many have fled. And mammals like to go to hibernate. For us humans, it's a time to go inward, and that's never been more true than this year. When many of us would be with family and loved ones, we have to stay home. This time of reflection is important in helping us move forward, but it's not always comfortable. In fact, most of us will do anything to avoid being alone with ourselves. If you've ever had a cleanup project you've been resisting, I can relate. I've been putting off pressure washing the driveway for some time. It's one of my least favorite tasks, as anybody who knows me knows, but I do manage to do it every year. But this year, I have to admit, I've been procrastinating. When you're in procrastinating mode, you want to avoid the unpleasant task at all costs. You know you will feel better once it's done, but you have to push yourself to do it. The more you avoid it, the messier it becomes, and the more overwhelmed you feel. Well, with our driveway this year, it's a good example of how out of control it actually got because I have almost slipped a few times. We have a very steep driveway, and when it gets wet like it does in Seattle, the little mosses find their way into the tiniest little crevices. And I usually do the driveway in the summer, but this year I managed to avoid it until I almost slipped and fell. That was enough to convince me that the job was not going away and would not only get worse before it got better. I wonder how many of you have projects like this you've been kind of putting on hold and that's lurking in the background or swirling around in your mind. So think of this now as a metaphor. Only instead of the clogged dips and crevices in the driveway, you have clogged arteries, which, as you know, can lead to a heart attack. A clogged lung can cause death. And in both cases, natural flow is impeded. Now, our bodies are made up of at least 70% water, and our cells and chemical processes critical to sustaining life require water. Our bodies also require movement in order to be healthy. Rigid bodies are bodies in pain. And so too with our emotions. Tightly held emotions result in a painful mind and often a painful body as well. Besides, it's plain exhausting holding all that in. It's like damming a river. The water is held back and it's not natural and it can get stagnant. And so it is with emotions. There gets to be a point where it becomes more difficult and painful to hold back the flow than it is to go with the flow. The tide of life will sweep us away if we don't know how to ride the waves. So, what does all this have to do with sound healing, you say? Well, excuse me, I've got a little frog in my throat today. Well, what if I told you that sound helps to move barriers? I mean, sound is waves, or what we call frequency. Vibration is movement. Doctors use sound waves to blast kidney stones, and nobody questions its effectiveness. What if we can use sound to blast through our defenses? Not only that, but what if we can move more into a state of flow? Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, I hope you ponder that question because it's certainly been true for me that sound has changed my life on all levels. So while you ponder that question, consider actually experiencing what sound can do for you. Might it help bring clarity to a cluttered mind, overwhelmed with thoughts and to-do lists? Might it ease the spirit weighed down by heavy emotions? Might it even lighten you up and lift you up so you can feel more sustained joy in your life? And how about the possibility that an uncluttered and unfettered mind might actually help provide for the body, relief? I invite you then to another in my regular weekly series, Sound Bath Sundays, right here on Facebook Live at 4 p.m. Pacific. My magical crystal singing bowls will join me and help create what I hope will be an uplifting experience. And you can join that by going to Extraordinary Empaths Facebook. I also have a website with the same name. Uh, but anyway, I wanted to share with you my latest addition to my bowl collection. It came to me yesterday. It literally called to me, and it happens to be a heart bowl, a bowl for the heart chakra. And as you know, a lot of the clutter we have, um, at least I know this for me, and you probably feel it too, there's weight on the heart. There's this sense of heaviness. You know, sometimes people have chest pains, and it's actually very emotional stuff that's coming up. Now, it doesn't mean don't go see your doctor if you have chest pains. I'm not saying that. Um, but anyway, so this bowl is meant to resonate with the heart, and um, I also think of course, a lot of the stuff that we have cluttered is up in our mind. So the sound bath that I will be sharing with you will be focusing on both the heart and the third eye, the crown, all where the thinking and sense of compression um, uh, basically reside in the body. So here's my wonderful heart chakra bowl. I hope you come and join me at Sound Bath Sunday this Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here. Look forward to seeing you there. Bye for now.